guys, it's Reagan and welcome to the start of another reading vlog. I'm really excited about the TBR for this video because it is just like a perfect fall combination, at least for me anyway. But let's chat about the two books I hope to read this vlog. Essentially, the theme is dark academia and murder, and dark academia with murder, you know? So let's chat about these two books. The first one is A Lesson in Vengeance, which is a YA dark academia kind of like murder mystery set in a remote boarding school. It follows a girl who has had a year away after the tragic passing of her girlfriend, but now she has returned and is hoping to just graduate and move on with her life. However, she's been assigned her old room, which is also said to be haunted with the souls of students of many years past who are connected to witchcraft. This book just sounds so intriguing. I've heard so many excellent things about it. I'm just hoping it's vibey and dark and just full of a lot of my favorite things when it comes to dark academia mysteries. And then from there, I also really want to try to read the entirety of The Forest of Stolen Girls by June Her. This is a historical fiction thriller story set in the Joseon era and follows a young girl who, her and her younger sister, when they were children, went missing in a forest near their family's home, later to be discovered on the scene of a gruesome murder. Many years later, more girls have gone missing in this forest, and her father travels back to their childhood home to try to solve these murders, and he himself goes missing. So our main character Hwani travels back to Jeju Island to try to save her father and solve the crime of these missing girls. So again, murder, dark academia, I cannot wait. But yes, outside of reading, I'm hopefully going to be watching some cozy TV at night. Succession has started. We want to catch up on Only Murders in the Building. Just a bunch of like fall ambiance, you know? I am just about finishing up my workday. It's just before 6. I have a few more things I want to do. I also wanted to show you my outfit before I put sweatpants on, which is definitely incoming. But nonetheless, welcome to the start of the vlog. I can't wait to get reading this week. I'm just really looking forward to my TBR. Quick outfit. I'm wearing this cute sweater from And Other Stories. I really like this big pocket. And then I'm wearing these new jeans from Madewell. They are straight leg. They're supposed to be baggier, but if anyone who's more pear-shaped like me can relate to, nothing tends to be baggy around the hips. But I do like how it's looser around the calf, and there is this big hole. So I think they're cute. I like the length. Anyway, that's my outfit. I'm gonna put sweatpants on now. Hello friends, I've wrapped up work for the night. I have put sweatpants on. I've also decided on the first book I'm gonna read for the first part of this vlog, which is A Lesson in Vengeance. But first, I'm going to make dinner. I found a recipe that looked pretty good on Instagram. You know, Instagram gets you just scrolling and all of a sudden you're hungry. So I'm gonna try that out tonight. It's a half-baked harvest recipe. I've followed her for many years, and honestly, I think a lot of her stuff tastes really good. So testing it out, and we'll see how it turns out together. So let's begin. Alrighty, so I'm making like a chicken orzo one pot little meal. So I have the chicken marinated in some Dijon, thyme, sage, garlic, salt, pepper. Then I've got broccoli, there's gonna be some cream, chicken broth, some wine. Let's see how this turns out. Cooked the chicken for a little bit in some wine and chicken broth. Turn this timer off. And now I stirred in some orzo and broccoli and a little bit of water. I'm gonna cover this again and let it cook for like 6 or so minutes. And then I add the cheese and we're good. And here is dinner. So I'm gonna go enjoy now. All right, it's time to start Succession Season 3, everyone. Who are we reading for to succeed, Clay? Who do we want to make it to the end? I think I'm Kendall. I think I'm Team Kendall right now.
Definitely Team Kendall.
I mean, like, not like objectively for his life choices, but for this show, I'm Team Kendall. Rain sounds are on, so I apologize for the noise. But we finished up Succession. First episode, very intriguing. That show is just intense, very interesting. But I'm now going to start A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee. So I'm really looking forward to this. I have been craving some dark academia vibes, so I'm really hoping that this delivers. But I'm gonna focus on reading now and go to sleep, and I will check in tomorrow. Hello, good morning. Actually, more like afternoon. I got my hair done and then did some other things, but I am very blonde. I'm getting a little used to it. Back in Texas, which means, you know, as blonde as possible. That's how it works. But I'm actually going to make lunch now, and then I'll do a reading update of A Lesson in Vengeance, which I did read about 50 pages of last night and plan to read more of this afternoon. The vibes are exactly what I wanted in terms of like the setting, the type of characters, the story. It's just like dark and eerie, dark academia vibes, you know? So I'm gonna read more of that, and I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm so hungry. I need to make lunch, so I'm going to do that now. And a bon appetit, everyone. Avocado toast, always a win. Hi, I feel like today had gotten away from me a bit, but I am about to sit down and do more reading. So I wanted to do a check-in of what I was able to read so far. And I read the first 6 chapters of A Lesson in Vengeance, and it's definitely the vibe I was hoping for. There's something about like a remote and spooky and old boarding school full of like pretentious and smart and rich students and all of their drama that just kind of gets me every time. It's just a very entertaining setup, and that's definitely delivering in this capacity. Again, this story opens on Felicity, and she's coming back after a year away after the passing of her girlfriend, and obviously that in itself is a very traumatic experience to go through, but they're also, at least hinted by the story, something that has to do with what happened to her girlfriend has to do with the school, and also the school's history and its connection to witchcraft and the death of different girls on campus during its like founding. And so Felicity herself is like trying to stay away, but she's getting pulled back in. The writing style is great so far. It's definitely capturing again that sort of like vibe of kind of a mysterious school setting, and it's definitely creating great ambiance for the setting itself. But I also appreciate though how it's like alluding to things to come. Like I don't know what the mystery is, but it still gives this overall sense of like a mysterious vibe, if you know what I mean. On top of that, I just love how pretentious everyone and everything about this school setting is providing as well. Like I feel like a good dark academia book needs to be so pretentious that you become a little pretentious while reading it. You're like, oh, they're talking about Yeats again? Like, we should be talking about Dickens. Like I want to feel the loafers and like the crisp button downs and like the helicopter rides for spring break like seeping through the narrative, and that's also delivering in that capacity as well. Another character in this book is also Ellis, who is a new student on campus, and she is a young, very famous writer. In fact, she won the Pulitzer Prize like in this book. Which is just like so obnoxious in like the best way possible. So she's like cool and a writer, and she's like trying to get inspiration within the setting. And these two girls are kind of drawn to each other. It's just a very good combination for a book like this for me. So I'm gonna sit down and read more now. Apologies if you can hear Clay whistling in the background, but I just wanted to let you know that so far this is definitely delivering what I was hoping for, and I'm looking forward to see how the mystery unfolds. And I'm also curious to see if it's gonna like spook me a bit. Like, will my anxiety increase? TBD. But anyway, I'm gonna get to reading. Y'all, this book is good. I am about 130 pages of the way through, and I am hooked. Oh my gosh, perfect. It's the perfect like fall, winter read. It's got the vibes. It's also definitely starting to go into the spooky lane in terms of the like magical influence. Like we don't quite know yet if it's like magical or more rooted in like the search of magic and like the desire for there to be magic, and then it's just like human darkness, if that makes sense. But we are definitely getting more insight in Felicity's past. We're having some flashback chapters of her time meeting Alex, kind of falling in love with Alex, their relationship, but also more insight in the accident that happened. A large part of this book too centers around the Dalloway Five, which I mentioned are those 5 girls who died, in large part because Felicity's previous thesis was researching them and like writing about them. So she was doing a lot of research, and it kind of begins to show her obsession not only about these girls, but also becoming obsessed with the occult and their connection to being witches in the occult. And that's kind of where like the magic and the darkness comes in. It's like, is it real? Is it not real? Is this a curse? Is it not a curse? Is it all in their head? Like, what's going on? But it's vibes for real. And I do think it's important to note that the Dalloway Five are notorious for a variety of reasons, but one of them is that they also supposedly had killed a girl in ritual sacrifice for magic. So like, again, dark. On top of that, we are in present day, and Felicity is kind of being triggered by a variety of things. Obviously, being back on this campus, she's being reminded of Alex, which is why we're getting these flashbacks. She's also getting closer to Ellis, who again is that writer who is on campus, and she is again researching her own story. So I can't help but be like suspicious of her. Like, what are her motivations in getting closer to Felicity, or just to anyone in general? Or is she just an innocent bystander that's like trying to just reach out and be like a new person for Felicity to turn to? And on top of that, we also begin to see that perhaps Felicity might be an unreliable narrator in some ways in terms of her memory, which just adds a whole new layer to everything. It's like, can you even trust it? I don't know. But it's just so addicting, and it's just really entertaining. One of my favorite combinations: occult, thriller, and dark academia. And it's so pretentious in the best way, you know? Like, they're talking about all sorts of different things, and it just adds to the overall ambiance. I'm really curious to see where this book continues to go. I'm not sure what's gonna happen next, but I am definitely reading it really quickly. Like, when I pick it up, I do not want to put it down. Each chapter definitely has like good, like, mini cliffhangers, if that makes sense. Like, you read the end of a chapter and you're like, oh, which is great. But I am gonna take a break and actually start making dinner. Matilda is here. I'm already in pajamas. I'll show you. I bought this like really cozy jumpsuit. It's incredible. But I need to start making dinner because I'm hungry. And then I'm going to do more reading tonight. Clay and I are gonna watch some TV too in the meantime. But just wanted to let you know, I've read a good amount of this book, and I do plan to read more tonight. I want to pass at least the 200-page mark. At least. Hopefully it doesn't scare me too much before bed, but TBD. Anyway, bye. Cooking dinner as we speak, but I wanted to show off my new like sweatshirt jumpsuit. It's so soft. I'm gonna be wearing this all of the time. Incredible stuff, but I need to go flip my chicken, so see you later. Making dinner. I'm making the exact same thing as last night. It's literally the biggest piece of chicken. But it should be good leftovers, so we can have them for lunch tomorrow too, if we so decide. But anyway, I'm gonna put this and then go back to watching The Real Housewives. And then we're gonna watch Succession. Isn't that right, Millie? We didn't finish the first episode last night. And dinner is done. And yes, I am watching 90 Day Fiance. Yes, I just can't help myself. Right, so the plan is now to watch Muppets Haunted Mansion, at least some of it. I'm also gonna play some Pokemon, have a nice little relaxing evening. Matilda's here with her Halloween toy. And then of course, I'm gonna get back to reading tonight, but just gonna have a nice cozy, spooky evening. And I'm very excited. I'm gonna light that candle. Can't wait. Hello everyone, good morning. I'm up and dressed. Clay surprised me with a latte this morning, which I'm eternally grateful for. But I've of course done some reading both last night and this morning. Happy to report I've passed the 200-page mark of this book. I am trying to finish it today. I have about 150 pages left, and truly it reads so quickly, so I don't anticipate that being too much of an issue. And it's definitely escalating in all of the directions I love in stories like this. Like, this is such a solid, at least so far, YA dark academia story. It's got the angst, it's got the mystery, it's got the occult, but I think I love how it's kind of spiraling out of control. In a way, you're also rooting for Felicity to kind of like get on a track in her life that'll bring her happiness, and you keep seeing her kind of get pulled more and more into Ellis's orbit, and also like back into the occult. And basically Ellis has convinced her to help her do research around the Dalloway Five again, to help her with her book. And in theory, it's to also prove to her that magic isn't real. And that's definitely a large concept within this story, is like, is the creepy stuff that's happened in the past a figment of Felicity's imagination? Or is, you know, witchcraft and the legacy of witchcraft and curses like still impacting people today and also impacted these girls back then. So it's like trying to solve the mystery of, was magic even a component? And then again, like, you don't know if you can trust Felicity's point of view, but you still obviously really root for her as a main character, and you're also seeing her get closer to Ellis. Not only is like a life raft, because Ellis is one of the only people at the school who will talk to her, as she's kind of been outcasted due to the stuff that happened a couple years prior, but she's also kind of growing closer to her emotionally, which she has guilt for too. And I just don't know Ellis's is like motivations, if that makes sense. And also there's just like other elements of the overall setting. There's secret societies and just it's just so entertaining and such a perfect fall read. I'm having such a good time reading this book, and I truly like don't know where it's going, which is also really satisfying. Like, I have suspicions, but I have no way to know if they're founded, or if like I'm being led there on purpose by the author, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if I can trust myself, basically is what I'm trying to say. But I'm really liking it. I'm gonna get some work done now, but I did read over 200 pages, which I'm happy with, and I plan to finish it tonight / this afternoon. I also want to play some Breath of the Wild. We'll see what I get up to. But anyway, that's that. Oh, also, The Muppets Haunted Mansion, adorable. Watched that last night. It was like 45 minutes of pure comfort Halloween good times. Like, it's nice to be able to watch something with like spooky aesthetic without actually being spooky, because I get scared really easily. Anyway, I gotta get some work done now. I'll show you my outfit for the day, and then I gotta sit at my desk. No more reading, no more procrastinating. Matilda and all of her friends, everyone. You having a good cozy morning, Matilda? All right, this is my fit. I have like a cozy knitted hoodie and then some corduroy, inspired by all the girls at Dalloway to wear some corduroy. So here we are, kind of fall, kind of festive. Still getting used to my hair. I think I like it. I haven't been this blonde in so long. When you say you want to be blonde in New York, it's a very different reality when you say I want to be blonde in Texas. They go hard here with the bleach. And I think I'm a fan. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna work now. Let's make lunch, everyone. And all done. The key is acid, salt, and red pepper flakes, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go enjoy this now and get back to my desk. All right, I have finished editing a vlog, which I'm gonna take into the kitchen and listen back, which I do for every video. But instead of just sitting and staring at it, I've decided to make banana bread at the same time. So cheers. Can't wait, and I'll have a fresh cup of coffee. Where is it? Coffee with my banana bread, put the fireplace on, read some of my Dark Academia book, and join Matilda right over there. I'll show you. Join Matilda over here. Millie, you do know it's a bones day. That means you do usually have to move, but it's up to you in the end. Muffins, I'm so messy at everything I do, but they're ready to go in. It's been a minute since I've made banana bread muffins. You know, throwing it back a bit to early quarantine, but in they go. And they are done. And now it's time for coffee and banana bread, faux fireplaces, and Dark Academia reads. It's called Thriving. Look it up. Hello, it's me. I've been doing so much reading. In fact, I only have about 80 pages left of A Lesson in Vengeance, and this book is heating up. The level of anxiety and tension that I have while reading this, palpable. Not to mention, I still have no idea what's going on, but something just feels like off, if that makes sense. And it's just really well constructed for like what it's trying to accomplish, and things are just really like, what am I trying to say? There's a lot of moments where the characters are like doing things, their investigation. It's like that slippery slope theory. It's like it might start small and then it just escalates and escalates and escalates, and the things that they're doing is just like, it's just getting out of hand and toxic, but I can't put it down. This book is also self-aware, and it's like playing with the reader too in terms of perception. Like, for example, I already mentioned another clip that I was like, I don't know if I can trust the main character's point of view. And like literally her thesis topic is how mental health is used to make people like distrust those characters' point of view and like their view on reality. And it's like, she's just the author's just messing with me on like all fronts here, and I just don't know what's gonna happen. And it's just clever, and the setting and the characters and the vibe is just like wild. And there's just something about 17-year-olds drinking old fashions on the regular that intimidate me. But I'm definitely gonna finish this book tonight. Oh my god. Ignore the string on my wall. I did that for a project, but my new lamp came in, which I think is really pretty. It's one of those like glass lamps, but I forget that lamps don't come with light bulbs, so I can't quite do the reveal yet. But when it comes, that'll be really exciting, and I'll show you again. But new lamp. About to go on a walk. I invited Clay to join me on my hot girl walk today, so he's gonna make an appearance, but ready to go. I'm wearing my girlfriend leggings, which I've decided might be one of my favorite pairs. I feel like they don't fall down, which I personally run into a lot when it comes to leggings. Like I move and then leggings fall down, but not the girlfriend ones. So big fan. I've had these for over a year. Anyway, time to walk.
Oh, just for your vlog.
Yeah. Smile. Are the leaves changing, or is that just my delusion? Back from our walk and decided to be spontaneous, put clothes on, and go out to dinner. We're gonna get some Greek food. Should be good. So take you along. Bon appetit. And then I think we're gonna watch Squid Games. We've seen 2 episodes. We just never finished it, but I feel like I need to be relevant and I need to finish it, even though it scares me. Came to a Greek restaurant, and it's open mic night tonight. Open mic night tonight. That's a tongue twister. So we're gonna hear some good local tunes. We ordered some Greek food. It's gonna be good. Yum. Yum. Look at that block of feta. Yum. Bon appetit. Home from honestly a really nice little impromptu date night. We came back and watched some Ted Lasso. It was honestly a really emotional episode. We are not caught up on Ted Lasso, but we are on like episode 9 of season 2. So I figure after that I'm gonna finish A Lesson in Vengeance. A perfect thing to top off the night, you know, a really nice night. Let's put some murder and vengeance into the picture. So I'm gonna do that now and go to sleep, and then I'll check in the morning, give you guys a reading update, all of that tomorrow. So good night. Good morning, everyone. I'm reading like the last 10 pages of this book. It's so intense. The ending is so intense. I just got too sleepy to finish it last night, so I'm gonna read it now, then start book 2. So that's exciting. Good morning, happy Thursday. Would you believe me if I said I got up, put makeup on, got dressed, left the house, filmed a partial video, came home, put my onesie back on all before noon? Because I did. Oh, I also finished my book, so it might seem like I've done nothing, but I have. All in the name of becoming comfy again. So hi, I'm about to make some lunch, but I wanted to wrap up A Lesson in Vengeance, which for the record is 369 pages, so definitely making some good progress. I really like the ending of this book. I felt like the escalation, just kind of the spiraling of this plot was really true to, I feel like, what the vibe the author was trying to produce. I just feel like it was very successful from an ambiance, from just like the toxicness of it, and also the lengths that the characters would go for their own view of what they needed to do. I just felt like provided a very intense and intriguing and also captivating dark academia story. It just had all the trappings you love in a story like this, and honestly I felt like it delivered solidly. And I can see why it has such good reviews, because I'm gonna add a good review to those, because it was just entertaining and fun and kind of screwed up, which is kind of the best combination when it comes to stories like this. So I'm pleased, and I'm also going to be moving on to my second book of the vlog today. I'm gonna try to finish it between today and tomorrow, but we'll see. And that is The Forest of Girls, and this is more of a traditional murder mystery, which I'm sure will have like suspense and anxiety. It's also a historical fiction, which I'm looking forward to, so I'm gonna start that soon. And that's what I got for you so far, but I'm gonna make lunch now, which is going to be a lazy rendition of instant ramen, because I can't help myself. Oh, hi Clay. Making ramen. I'm also doing the egg mixed with Kewpie mayo and garlic trick I really like. I wish I had some kimchi, but I just don't have any right now. And I'm cooking my noodles. So this should be delicious. I'm about to spend a lot of time doing some admin, kind of like email-y things. So all the caffeine is needed. And once I finish that, I'm gonna start book 2. I don't know how effective this is gonna be, but I wanted to do a lamp reveal because the light bulbs came in. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. She's cute. Hi Millie. In other news, I'm also sitting on the floor. I wanted to check in because I have read about 50 pages of The Forest of Stolen Girls by June Her. And it's definitely delivering the vibes I was expecting and hoping for when picking this book up. I've already read a book by this author, The Silence of Bones, and really loved it. It's another historical fiction thriller story. And what I do like about her writing style is, one, it's very atmospheric. It has a lot of ambiance, a lot of like anxiety, like kind of the ambiance you want in a murder mystery story, as well as they're set in a historical setting. There's just a lot of really interesting historical influence and context that is influencing not only the story, but the mystery itself. Hello, Millie. The third thing that's been present in both that I'm liking is that it's like a detective style murder mystery story. In both ones, the characters have either had like a direct connection to the formal like police force during this time period, or in this instance, her father is a detective. So she's kind of using the skills that she had learned from him to kind of go on her own investigation. So I appreciate that as well. It kind of has like the trappings of a more traditional like detective whodunit, but with like a historical female-led twist with lots of spooky ambiance. And I just enjoy that quite a bit. This book opens pretty much right away with our main character Hwani arriving back in Jeju, trying to find her father after he's been missing for a year. And an element of the story I didn't know going in is that I knew she had a sister, but they actually have a complex relationship. So shortly after their disappearance when they were children, Hwani's sister had to actually stay in Jeju to become a shaman due to this like illness that basically denotes you as a shaman, and if you like try to deviate from that path, you will stay really ill. And then shortly after that, her family moved off of the island itself. So her and her sister have a strained relationship. Her sister also has a strained relationship with her family in general. And so impacting everything, the disappearances of all these girls in town, the disappearance of their father, there's also an element of like family conflict and family drama as well that's going to be a layer to the story. Also, our main character can't remember the events of the past, so I also feel like this is going to be a reflection on her childhood, her relationship with her sister, and that's gonna like parallel this like current investigation, which I'm looking forward to. But it's really intriguing so far. Just all the elements I've already spoken on. So I'm really looking forward to reading more of this tonight, which I plan to. I also plan to play a lot of Pokemon, and you know, play a lot of Pokemon. I'm trying to play more Pokemon, isn't that right, Millie? Anyway, so I just wanted to do a bit of a check-in. I'm gonna make dinner here in a minute, but I just wanted to show off my new lamp. Yeah, and let you know that I've read 50 pages, which also means I've read over 400 pages for this vlog already, which I am pleased with. So excited for more murder. let's get to it. Alrighty, I'm making dinner, which is a recipe I found online that's kind of like a loose dan noodle recipe. By no means authentic, but it looked good. But the real star of the show is my new garlic press. I'm really excited to try this guy out. Look at all those cloves are gonna be pressed into here because I'm gonna make some chili oils. So let's get to it. I'm really doing the most to try to show you guys this press in action. So just know you're being supported. Let's do one-handed. Oh, I'm not strong enough. It's so weak. I recruited Clay. Okay, go Clay. Show the people my oh, you're so, yeah. Okay, great. I can take it from here, thank you. Kind of a chaotic mess so far, but here is my chili oil. Here is my mushroom pork sauce combination that I'm just trying to caramelize a bit. I'm also making some broth, which I'm going to add spinach to, because again, we like to sneak in vegetables. Anyway, it's almost done. All right, it's done. It looks good. I'm not sure about the recipe calling this dan noodles, because it's pretty brothy, but so it looks good. A lot of spinach in here too, so I'm gonna eat. I currently have Thursday Night Football on right now, but I'm not sure how much longer I'm gonna watch it. I might put something like cozy but like mindless on, because I am gonna spend, let's hold this right there, I'm gonna spend some time playing Pokemon, which I've been really enjoying. It's relaxing. I like to pair it with kind of like cozy TV. It just takes my mind off things. And then obviously I'm gonna be doing more reading tonight too. I think I'm gonna make some cookies. I just wanna have a cozy day, or it's evening. Cozy evening. Dinner was really good, honestly. I think I'm gonna make the same thing tomorrow with a few tweaks, but overall I was pretty pleased. And now it's time to do my thing. I changed it to fall Gilmore Girl episodes, as one does, so this evening is going very well. I made cookies, so this night is really shaping up. Cookies consumed, Gilmore Girls watched, Pokemon played. Now I'm gonna read. I've already, again, read 50 pages, so I'm just gonna try to read as much as I can tonight before going to bed, and then read more tomorrow. So I'm gonna do that now. What a nice night. Very recharging, just what I needed. So I will see you guys in the morning, and I'll give you a reading update then. Good morning, everyone. Starting out the day. Actually, I've been up for like a solid hour and a half. I've just been doing like email things. But now I have my faux fireplace on, coffee. I'm going to do some reading of The Forest of Stolen Girls, which I am really liking. So I'm gonna do that now. Hello, good morning. I'm dressed. It's been a bit of a morning. I have just been scrambling, but I did get some reading done. So let's chat about The Forest of Stolen Girls right now. Hi, so I have read 240 pages of The Forest of Stolen Girls, and I'm really liking this book. Not only for the historical ambiance, which is deeply influencing the story in general, which is something I really appreciate about June Her's writing. It's not just like set in an era or a time period, like elements of the dress, the culture, the societal expectation, other types of historical pressures are not just like a part of the story, but are driving forces of the plot, which I just think just provides a really quality time. And that's why I love The Silence of Bones, and that's why I'm really liking The Forest of Stolen Girls. On top of that, I appreciate too that this story, as much as it is about solving the crime and trying to locate her father, Hawani's father, it's also about kind of the relationship between Hawani and her sister, who have kind of been estranged, as I've already mentioned, from each other for most of their lives. So not only kind of coming back into each other's life and reforging that relationship that they had never really had, to be honest, and also both of them kind of confronting hard truths about their own perspective of their family, which I think is just such a fantastic element to this plot that the author takes a lot of time and care to explore. And seeing them work together and seeing their different strengths and weaknesses, I just think is really amazing in this story. Obviously, this is a very classic detective style murder mystery in a way, but it does have a bit of kind of like horror mystery, in my opinion, mixed in, both in terms of like kind of who or what they're looking for, but kind of magic and the afterlife and curses are playing into the story as well. In terms of where it's going, I don't know. I'm really nervous actually about where we're gonna end up here. I have about 115 pages left, and honestly it reads so quickly. I read the first book by June Her in like less than a day, and I definitely, if I had had the time, I would have been able to read this in about the same amount of time, because you just don't want to put it down. I love the Jeju Island setting too, and again, this kind of goes back to the historical influences I was talking about. I just didn't know a lot about Jeju Island's history, and just what she's written about and hinted at makes me want to just like separately learn more, and I just feel like as a setting just really adds to the overall experience of this murder mystery. But I'm really liking it. I want to read more today. I've already read well over 500 pages for this vlog. You gotta love dark academia, murder mysteries, and death and destruction and all those things to get you flipping those pages. But just wanted to check in and give you some initial thoughts and feelings. I think Clay and I are gonna go to a cafe for lunch, so I'll bring you along there. That should be nice. And then I'm gonna come back and try to get some things I need to get done around the house. But today's just slipping through my fingers, anyway, you don't want to hear me sing. I'm gonna go, but just wanted to give you some thoughts. Taking some time watching In the Soup season 2. Anywho, just unwinding a bit in this Friday evening. Hi friends, and welcome to the end of the vlog. The next day, I just want to quickly pop in and wrap up both of the books I was able to finish, because I was able to complete the entirety of The Forest of Stolen Girls, which I will focus on now and just kind of give final thoughts and feelings. And generally speaking, I would say I enjoyed this. I have kind of already talked on my favorite elements from the historical setting and kind of the growth of the sisterly relationship, which I would say is definitely front and center to the story. I will say the mystery itself, I did sort of guess by the end, but I still feel like I enjoyed this story for all the other elements I have spoken on. I think Silence of Bones is my favorite of the two books, but I do feel like this was still really engaging and interesting, and I will be for sure reading more books by this author in the future. I did end up liking this, and then obviously I read A Lesson in Vengeance, which to me is kind of like the star of this vlog. I really enjoyed this the entire way through. It just had all of the best fall spooky vibes. Like, definitely pick this book up if you can for the fall season. It's such a perfect read. But those are the two books I was able to read over the course of this vlog. I read over 600 pages, like maybe even 700, which is also very successful. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon with another one soon. Goodbye.